Hey friends, it's Christina from Creating with Christina. Welcome back to my October Christmas card series where every day this month, I am sharing a new Christmas card using the sketches from my card sketchbook. Now, today is day 4 and we are using sketch 4. So let me pull that up for you. There it is with the little butterfly. Okay, we have lots of different pieces of designer paper in today's card. Oh, now, if you are just finding the series, I've linked the full playlist at the bottom of in the description below, or in the top corner of the video at the end. So you can go back and watch from the beginning. Now, stay to the end because I will show you how to use the same sketch with a fall theme also. And don't forget, new team members who join in October can choose between $125 worth of product for just $35 or $189 worth of products for just $99. And that does include free shipping. But I'll share more about that at the end. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to move this over a bit. Let's see. I can't move it over too much. Well, you don't need to see that example. There we go. Let's do that. Okay, so you can see the sketch there. And we are continuing to use the Modern Christmas Suite. This is the item number if you want the entire suite, or you can buy each piece individual. The stamp does have dies. You can buy them together. And of course, when you do buy them together, you get 10% off, or you can buy them individually. And there is this really beautiful twine that coordinates with it. Okay. Now I'm not using the twine on today's card. I'm using some gold ribbon that's in our shop that just coordinates really well with it also. Okay. And let's just move all this out of the way and pull out our pieces. So first of all, we are once again going to use the white card base. It is 8.5 by 5.5, folded at 4 1/4, like so. All right. Then there is a base. Now, I mean a layer. This layer is not my traditional 4 by 5 1/4. It is actually, let's pull it up here. It is actually 5 by 3 3/4. So this one is 5 by 3 3/4. And it does say that in the instructions right here. All right, so we have that piece. We also have 9 1-inch squares. There are 6 black, white, and gold papers in the collection. And I cut out 9 of them. Okay. Whoops, that one's upside down. There we go. Yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I did. We're going to organize those on here. There's also a 1 by 3 1/4. Okay, and that will fit right there. So you'll have 6 squares here, the strip, and then 3 more squares. And on the strip, you will stamp your sentiment and put your embellishment or your image. Pretty simple. For my image, I've cut 2 circles. Excuse me. This circle is just under 2. This is the 1 7/8 circle, and this is the 1.5 inch circle. So that's those sizes. Then, like yesterday's card, I fussy cut the ornament from the designer paper, and that's going to go on like that. So that'll be my little image. And put that to the side. First, let's First, let's organize our 1-inch strips. So 1-inch squares. Now, one thing I like to do when I am trying to line things up is I use grid paper, and I line up on the grid paper, get all even, use some tape to hold it down. All right. And now let's put these together. Let's figure this out. So I'm just going to put them down first and see how I like them, and I may rearrange. So let's do that. Oh, come here, little fella. That one. Then this one. Let's see, there's 6. 1, 2. Oh, the tree. Excuse me, I have a little frog in my throat this morning. Should be one more, this one, the berries. All right, so now I've got those. That doesn't, I think this one needs to be trimmed. I don't think it's exactly 1 inch. Okay, yeah, it's a little short. And, oh, yeah, and a little long. All right, I'll go back and fix that one. Then I have these 3. Now, notice the stripe is up and down. To make this look a little different, we're going to put it horizontal like that. This, of course, is just going to be the same. And then finally, this one over here. Okay. I have that right? Yeah. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. And this one goes in the center. Now, I want to space these out evenly. And once I kind of get them in their spots, then I'm going to go ahead and start gluing them down. You want about the same distance for all 3, you know, the spaces between each piece and the edges and all of that. You try to keep it as cohesive as you can. One thing that helps, though, is this is only 3 1/4. So if you spread these out, they'll go beyond the white, and that's okay because we're going to be putting an image over here. So if it doesn't line up perfectly, it's okay. Your eye will adjust, but I try to get it as close as possible. And remember, it is a handmade card, so you don't want to be too perfect, right? Okay, I'm going to grab my glue. It's much easier with glue. There we go. And I'm going to start with this one because I know I want it in the center. And this line right here is that my center? Yeah, that is my center. Yep. So let's put a little glue, and not very much. You don't want your paper to warp. I also want my tweezers. It's easier to hold on to these that way. Okay. And I like the glue because the glue lets you move it around until you are happy with its position. There we go. Once you have your first one on, the rest go much faster. So let's go ahead and get these on there. Okay. So how many of you have been here for all 4 days so far? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if this is your first time finding us. Love to welcome our newbies. This is a special series I'm doing this year. I've not ever done this before, where I go every day doing these Christmas cards. So this is a lot of fun. Like I said, using a sketch makes it so much easier. So I have this really nice sketchbook here. And if you don't have a copy of it, most of you do, but if you don't have a copy, like I said in the beginning, there is a link in the bottom description below. Also, throughout the whole season of fall, not just October, but September, October, November, I have this on half price. Yeah, I have it on half price. All my tutorials actually in my tutorial shop are on sale. So if you're looking for some tutorials for older stamp sets that you have, check out the tutorials and see if there's any that you might want. Some people forget, because all the demonstrators are always using current product. Sometimes you want an idea for your older product that you own. There we go. And almost done. Let's get these 3 on there. There we go. And like I said, I have that one vertical, so I'm going to put this one horizontal so it looks a little different. Okay. This is the most tedious part, getting these pieces on, but it's simple. You just got to take your time. And like I said, liquid glue makes it much easier to get them spaced evenly, because you can wiggle it around a little until it sets. But like I said, don't use very much or you will have warped paper. That's the one thing bad about liquid glue, is if you use too much. Now, just a little bit shouldn't warp the paper at all. Okay, we did it. Next, I need my sentiment on here. In yesterday's card, I showed you how I cut this stamp. Let's see, turn it over so you can read it. Yeah, there we go. So I cut this stamp in half. And I only used this part on yesterday's card. Today, we're going to use both pieces, but we're going to stack them so they fit on this 1-inch thing here. Let me get my black ink out. And I want that as close to the edge as I can. All right, and then the peace and joy. Perfect. Wishing you peace and joy. And now hopefully I got it over far enough for the image. And yes, because this is going to go on. Whoop, take that off. There we go. This is going to go on here, so we'll have extra room to come off the edge, and it fits perfectly. I love it. All right. I also want to pop this up, since the only thing being popped up is that. This can be popped up. So let's go ahead and get some dimensionals for that. And let's see how many I have left. Actually, if you save your dimensional sheets, you will have these really nice edges for when you want to do an entire piece like this. And I'm just going to cut that there and there. Okay. And when you have a long strip like that, I like to take the cover of the stickiness off first. Whoops, come on. There we go. Instead of taking it off the sheet first, flip the sheet over. It keeps it nice and straight. And then you can put it on there like that. All right. And so let's get this one also. And voila. Now we just take it and put it on our card frame. Yay! All right, now let's put this together. So I'm just going to glue these two pieces. Actually, I'm going to use adhesive. This is a slick surface, and sometimes glue will not stick to it. It'll peel off. So to keep that from happening, I'm just going to use my tape runner. And I'm going to put that right up to the edge. Okay, like that. Now my gold paper for some reason is wanting to curve in, but that's all right. I'll use dimensionals to keep it flat. All right, and then this one, let's put a dimensional back there. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it down a bit. I'm putting a bow. I'm going to use this to make a big old bow, and it'll take up a lot of the ornament, so it doesn't have to be all the way to the top. Okay, but I ended up putting it close to the top. Sometimes your fingers are in the way and you don't see exactly where you put it, but it should be fine. All right. And there's our pretty little bow. And I like, when you do the rabbit ears, you tend to get the two tails in the same direction. I really love that look. Instead of one tail that way and one tail that way. I didn't tie the knot very tight. I kind of left it loose so it flattens out. This bow, though, is a little, loop is a little long. I'm going to shorten that a bit. Okay. Yeah, instead of pulling my loops real tight and making a tight knot, I've kind of left it loose. There we go. We do need a dot, glue dot. And I know I always tell y'all this over and over again, but I still to this day, 8 years of being a demonstrator, people say, where do you get the dots on the sheet? These come from paper pumpkins, the monthly kit that Stampin' Up does. I don't always use them all, so I save them. Yay! Let's get this on here. All right, some more dimensionals. This is a nice popped up card, isn't it? And right on the edge. There we go. And we have created card number 4. Oh my goodness. All right. And like I promised, I've got a fall one for you. Let me pull all this out of the way so y'all can see it better. Clean up my mess. There we go. My dimensional covers. This one was a lot of fun to make. I love the tulle, I think that's what this is called. I can never remember. Oh, amber, right. This is Amber Autumn stamp set and dies. And then it's the Gather Together designer paper. And I just cut out different ones and I stamped the autumn wishes there. So Amber Autumn is this stamp set. So we have all kinds of fall this year, all kinds of great Christmas this year, lots of fun cards to be making. And whenever you use a sketch, it just makes it so much easier. And you can see here was a Valentine one that I had made. That's an example inside the book. Thank y'all for crafting with me again today. All the products I used are linked below in the description. And remember, October is the best month to be joining my creative team. They have the best special going on right now. A link to the starter kit to joining my team is also in the description below. So don't forget to come back tomorrow for card number 5 as we continue this series. I cannot wait to keep creating with you. Bye-bye.